thing about freckles that I was like, that's sick. He was like, yo, the freckles on your face, girl, without them, it would be like the night sky without the stars.
Fuck.
He was like, take the panties off your
fucking God damn.
And he go with freckles about to fucking drop her their panties for you.
I like how me and Cassie, are we recording also? Yeah. Me and Cassie right now, when we flirt with each other, it's so bad now because she'll just get up, she'll be like, hey, you got a nice butt. And I'll be like, thanks, man.
I feel like you've never had to flirt with people, though.
I had to flirt in high school, but after that, no.
Flirting is
Charles is not agreeing over here.
High school flirting
it's different.
It's
It's also very hard because once you fuck up, everyone in the school is gonna know.
Right.
You should put on blast.
I don't flirt. I don't have.
But it's also like you have more common ground to touch on in a high school setting versus if you're just going up to some random person at a bar, you
I
gotta
was
like.
just gonna say, flirting is definitely an art in and of itself.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
You have to read the person. You have to recognize what wording is going to be their type of wording, because you can be that like suave, like bardic person that's going to be like, yo, I'm going to be kind of a dick, but in a suave way. Girls will drop for that. Or you go, or like if that's not the girl, if that girl's not into that, you have to read that situation and you play it differently. Oh, this goes more into that sweet, like romanticistic guy.
Right.
So like it takes a lot. It's not just like one line picks up every girl. Pickup lines are not the way to go, by the way.
Hey, are you from Tennessee? Because 789.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
No, I straight up when I used
You gotta
to
make it personalized, right? Because if you personalize it towards the person, then it becomes more. I'm not trying to get this kind of place.
You should though, because you're good at it. You are good at it.
Steve's like, but it's lessening the pool.
When I used to be good at flirting with Cassie, like I used to say some shit that just makes her like go like all giddy and like squirmy, right? I used to be good at that shit. And then I don't know what happened. I went from like literally
You
like,
just don't have to do it, so.
well, no, like it, and I'm not saying, and I want you guys to know, this isn't like a couple years back. I used to be like this. This was like 3-4 months ago. I was like proposing sonnets to Cassie about like how beautiful I think she is and her eyes and shit like that. And I don't know what happened. It's just my body went, okay, well you had enough, and then you emptied the tank, and now when you try to sound like flirty and you try to sound like romantic, it just comes off as you being weird.
Was it after the engagement party and when you started school?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Just stress.
Yeah, it's just a lot, yeah. Because before the engagement party, I was like, I think I got, you know, when you get married, you have to do your, you have to do the speech. Everybody has, you have to do your vows. You know the vows?
Mm-hmm.
I gave her like a sample of what I thought my vows were going to be like. And she was like, God damn, that's nice. And then now I'm like thinking about it, like, what the fuck did I say? I should have written it down. I should have.
It'll come back.
Maybe.
It's in the bank somewhere.
Hopefully. I will say though, and this is a random thing. I was really worried for a long time because I didn't think like the person I am now is that kind of guy that's going to show up at my wedding. You know those guys that like cry when they see their wife walking down the thing? Yeah. I was like, oh god damn, I gotta figure out how to cry. So that way I
feel like you would cry though.
No. I'm not. Because I'm going to be up there, and this is my mind. It's gonna be, I've been standing here for like 20 minutes. I got flat feet in these shoes.
He's going to be like, damn, let me wear my Jesus slippers. This shit not it, bro.
Dude, straight up. Like, the last wedding I went to, they played it off so well. Because they didn't really they did short vows, but they let the priest take over. Because the priest was like, I would like to bring up the story of the Beauty and the Beast. And can I just say, for that, when he brought it up, the groom side, everybody kind of leaned back and looked at me like, you ain't calling my nephew a beast, the fuck? But then he played it off so beautifully. Well, yeah, man, like talking in a romantic way now is a weird.
Can I be that guy in your wedding? Can I be this?
Yeah.
Can I do this ceremony?
Oh, well, you can't do this because we already have this one lady that's already been like lined up to do our.
He could be like MC.
Oh no, you guys are gonna have to give speeches at my wedding. You guys gotta do that. That's all you.
We all do.
Well, I figure you. Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do. Neil, I'll let you take
I gotta figure out nice shit to say, so I don't know what I should do.
Should Vanille start us off or end it?
I was thinking Vanille probably starts
I'll be like,
us off.
He's either the Vanille's either the anchor or
like
he's the starter.
Cinnabon, so we're gonna start food now.
Straight.
I feel like we should end it on the deal, so like if you find a point where he's just going too far, we can cut it off real quick.
I don't, because there's gonna be a lot of speeches.
I feel like you don't want it to be too long though, because people are trying to get food and like socialize.
Right, that's why I'm saying you three, right? You, and you, and you're optional. What?
Just have Austin do one instead of me.
That's very little three then. Boom. 3 speeches on my side, and then I don't know.
Bruh, is Cassie not gonna? Actually, you'll have Josh and Matt.
Josh, Maria, Maddie, probably Marissa, her friend.
Maria?
No, he said Maria already.
Yeah,
Oh,
Josh,
he said
Maria,
Maddie.
Maddie, and then there's this girl Marissa. She's known for a long time. But like, I don't know how it's gonna go because it's like we just said, talking romantically now, trying to be a nice person and talking not what it used to be. It used to be nice, you know.
It's still an art form, and art always changes. That's the thing.
You're right.
And again, and this is where it always comes from, and this is where I think a lot of people mess up, is they think I can go at it very linearly and it's gonna work on most women. And it's not. You have to really play it off of what the woman is. So you have to really get to know the woman, and even if it's on like a small encounter, you have to try and engage as much as you can of what you can make of it. It's like profiling the person.
Yeah.
And then you gauge how you're gonna go about interacting with her based on that.
Right.
And whether that's what she wants or what she doesn't want. And then you can go from there. If it doesn't work out, obviously, cut your losses, you move on. But if it does, you keep rolling the ball, or if you still have another chance in the pocket, then you change your direction of how you go about it.
That's actually fact. Because I was at the party last night, I was watching Tulio and Mia and Reese and Kayla interact as a couple, right? And I'm looking at
Reese and Kayla as a couple is not a good example of what.
Well, I mean, it's like Steve was saying, it's all about understanding your audience, kind of, right?
It's 1,000,000%.
Like they have their own thing. Me and Cassie have our own thing. Tulio and Mia have their own thing. But I thought it was interesting because I'm looking over at Tulio, and Tulio was like grabbing me. He's like, don't look. Like, cause when you look, they're gonna make the shot. We were playing beer pong, so she was like, don't look. When you look, they make the shot. You can't look. And he's like hugging her, like swinging her around. And I'm over here, like I was like, hi.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, some girls would be super into that, like a lot of affection, a lot of physical interaction. And other girls would be like, what the fuck is going on? I feel really uncomfortable.
Right. Like Cassie does not like the version of me that comes out when I get too drunk and I'm like, I just want to be with you and I don't want to do anything.
I don't think a lot of women. A lot of women like that.
Yeah.
Not just Cassie.
Cassie goes, Kendall. She's like, babe, why don't you take a moment and go hang out with Charles or something? Like, why don't you just calm down for a moment and come back with me? I did good last night. Last night I was just having fun.
Yeah.
I did a lot of karaoke. It was sad too because EG's the one who's like, yeah, I'll set up karaoke, and then it's just me and Tulio. That was it.
A song?
You did a song. You did. Oh yeah, you did a Chance.
No, Austin did a song too, didn't he?
Which one did you do?
He had a mic for 2 songs because he kept going to Ariella when she was passed out.
That's true.
But
And then
I think everyone did one except for me and Reese.
oh yeah, I got a feeling. Yeah.
I think everyone did one except for me and Reese.
Yeah, but that's understandable. I've never heard you sing.
I can't sing, but
Like,
Filipino.
yeah, half Filipino, half like that.
Reese just don't be singing, but
It's
Reese.
not Filipino.
Hey.
Well, I mean, like he's Filipino, but like I don't know. Reese is like that a blacksmith in my opinion. You know, like the stereotypical like they show up and they're like, what do you need? like his words perfectly get across what he's trying to say, and he does it in the least amount of words as possible. Kayla does most of the talking for them.
yeah, so you just have like opposites because Cassie like yesterday was quiet, right, and you're
Yeah.
the one talking, and then Reese and theirs is quiet, and Kayla's not like you, but like if you talk to Kayla, she'll still talk to you and shit.
Kayla's cooler than me, and that's
She just keeps her composure. You never see her get mad.
nah.
Like serious mad. Like she'll play around and get mad, but like
But like, she's not like the kind. She doesn't get like mad like I do. When I'm mad,
that's what I'm saying. She's like a little more level-headed.
right. Like, dude, it was so funny. Yesterday, when we went to the party, I was like, "We're gonna be here till late." So I set up a whole like
You
party
prepped her.
pack. I was like, "Get your iPad, get your AirPods, bring the chargers just in case, everything like that." And she ended up listening to her book for a little bit of that, but That's just because she was like, we got there like around the 3 hour mark. She was like, all right, this is cool, but I'm good.
And you guys have been going to parties, so she's probably exhausted.
We've been partying. Fuck. We had Josh's birthday last week. That was a whole thing.
What?
Well, because we showed up. We showed up on time. First of all, like I was telling you about it last week, where it's like, when is it? At how many people showing up are you allowed to just stop making introductions? Because since we were the first people there, when there were only like 7 people, you don't know a lot of them. You gotta go like, hi, I'm Kendall. Nice to meet you. And it's like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And you learn like the base, bare level, like surface of who they are. But then we did get into this interesting conversation with this one guy. Very commendable. He runs his own garage, right? And he's going to college, and his girlfriend is also doing cosmetics and also going to college. But we had to hold ourselves back because Cassie is very adamant on like don't be a plug for underage people, right? So like,
of course,
yeah, right. So
that should go without saying,
right? Well, so and then that's why we had to hold ourselves back, because when we met that couple, she was like, I met him because he was my plug in high school because he's 20 and she's 18, and she was like, yeah, she used to be my plug for like, he used to be my plug for like Nick and alcohol and whatever I needed. And I was like, when Cassie and I heard that, Cassie was just like, oh, this is, no. Like, I don't fuck with this. Yeah. So like, we've been partying a lot and we've met a lot of interesting people, and now we're kind of done. But then she has to go to Costa Rica, so that's going to be a whole
But it's
thing.
probably like more chill.
I mean, she's going with her grandparents, so.
She's trying to meet people in Costa Rica?
No,
No, right?
Well, I mean,
That's what I'm
she's
saying, it's
going-
gonna be more
she's going with her
chill.
brother who is freshly single.
Which
Still, that doesn't
Trevor.
that doesn't imply that she has to meet a bunch of people.
Well, the way Cassie's grandparents do it, yes, she does. We went to Hawaii, and literally everywhere we went in Hawaii, Cassie's grandparents knew somebody wherever we went. The only place we went and she didn't know people was when we went to one of those Buddhist temples, and it was just like a tourist thing. But every restaurant we go to, she's a regular. So we went to this one restaurant. She knows the owner. She knows the waitress. She knows the chefs, right? We got in. They didn't even need to place their order. They had a vodka, they had a Tito's with 2 olives already ready for her as she sat down. They didn't even ask for the order. So they placed that, and they're like, what's everybody else drinking? Right? So when that happens, you know, it's always like, oh my God, I haven't seen you since you were this age. Oh my God, what's that? So whenever we go with Catholic grandparents,
You know, I kind of understand that though, because when you work in the bar industry, you know a lot of people.
right?
And you go to restaurants and you run into people that you've seen at your bar that you've made friendlies with.
Right.
And I was dating a girl who also worked in the bar industry or food service industry. Same thing. Like we would run, like any restaurant we'd go to, like one of us knew at least one person there, at least.
Right.
So we get caught up in like that conversation. Hey, we're both at the dinner table, and the server goes by and knows one of us, and we get caught up in that conversation.
Right.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I was having a conversation. I didn't know I was trying to, have someone.
Right. It goes from
Running
dinner to like, oh, so you're so and so.
Well, you don't see him for a minute, you catch up and all that, and you're just like,
right. You just got.
all right, maybe we'll go to Half Moon Bay. We don't know anybody out there, right? Like,
And you show up and there's somebody there everywhere you go. Like this is how it is. Like no matter where you go, like especially for you at least, right?
oh, dude.
For me, I don't know shit. I don't know nobody, right? I run into even in college, right? I got 3 people there right now. When I run into them, I gotta be like, oh hi, it's been so long. Oh my God, you still going to college? Like that whole thing, right? But like that's it. I don't fuck with anybody else. But like when you're like working a job like you know everybody. Everybody who sees you and recognizes you, and you're a pretty memorable guy, right? You show up and they're like, oh my, hey, you work at cartoons, right? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's why I can't go to like certain gyms. So like everyone goes to Fitness 19. I can't go there because I would know a lot of those people there, and I'm not trying to be like, yo, you're the bartender at cartoons, aren't you?
Right.
That happens at I go to this gym that's a little more low key, and that still happens. Like, Where do I know you from? Probably where I work.
I mean, like, shit. Hey, I even tell people, like, yeah, I got a friend C. He works at cartoons. You ever in downtown? Ever in downtown Campbell? Go ahead and run through there. But, yeah. Talking to people now is just, I don't know. I don't
You get
it.
like social fatigue?
I do.
I do.
I didn't even know that was a thing till like 2 years ago.
I do.
I get.
I didn't realize like most of our group gets that.
Well, you gotta recognize, I talk to hundreds of people
Yeah.
a night.
Right.
So, of course, I get fatigued.
I think the only
And I
one
do that for,
really
like,
the only one
a weekend.
doesn't get it, really.
I don't get it either.
I feel like
Charles
Charles
gets it though.
I don't. I feel like I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
think
he like
everyone-
doesn't
Everyone has
back
a
to
fatigue
back like
meter.
plan his social stuff.
That is true. When you do show up, it's like,
Spread out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
has
I know
a
that doesn't
everyone
get-
has a meter of fatigue. It's just when does yours run out? How long? How much stamina do you have in
Like
social
even when
work?
I used to work at the martial arts place, talk to people all the time or do that scene. Because I would just hate being at home.
Ah,
So to me, it's the opposite of like whatever you guys feel. It's like the exact opposite.
yeah.
Where it's like I need social presence.
Well, I don't
or
feel
else
it in the
it's
sense where I'm like,
fuck
oh
me
my
up.
god, I gotta stay home all day. I feel it more of like when I'm not working, I just want to do my
Well, like
thing.
the pandemic was the only time when I was like, oh, this is the only time I'm gonna actually sit with just me.
I like being
Well, that's the
around
difference.
people, but that doesn't mean I want to talk to everybody all the
Right.
time.
So
I
I-
hate being alone because it's fucking annoying. I don't want to be in the house either. But that doesn't mean I want to talk to everyone like at a party.
I was gonna say that was the opposite of what COVID did. Like people were craving socializing
Yeah.
because they were deprived of it. And once you over socialize, then you do the opposite. Like same thing. I still like going out. I still like doing my thing. On my days off, I'll still shoot the shit. I go to the gym all the time, and I don't want to talk to people though. I just don't want to interact. I just want to do my thing. I just want to go on my way and do my thing.
I feel like it's interesting though because you guys will actually be that way at parties, but he'll still actually talk to people even though he's like socially fatigued.
I mean, like, genuinely, I could, because my thing now is at the dorms, right, I have to deal with San Francisco, and there's that whole thing. Because, like, I got meetings with my groups, I gotta go to those classes where you got other groups. I got, like, 3 groups right now in 3 different classes. I gotta meet with them, and I have long conversations. One of them, actually, whenever we meet up, it's on the itinerary. It's like, talk about how you guys are doing. So I'm learning all these things about people, and then I do that, right? And then I get off those calls, and then my roommate is just like, Kendall, can you help me out with this, or can we go here? Can you drop me off here? And I'm like, okay, well then there's that. And then after I do that, I go to my in-person classes, and then those ones are just like, well,
You gotta
actually,
participate in class and stuff.
right. Like one of them, it's weird. I don't like being that guy that goes to class and the teacher like knows he can connect with me. So like I'm all of a sudden like his person.
Mhm.
Like my African studies teacher, it was the weirdest thing. I came to office hours just so I could ask because I thought we had to confirm what we're gonna do a topic about for. I had to do a podcast for an assignment, like a 7-minute like talk about Black music in America.
Mm.
And I showed up because I thought it wasn't going to be like that. I thought I had to pick a topic, confirm with him, and then start working on the project. No, when I learned that it wasn't like that, I just wanted to be like, so how long does this have to be? Like a minute, 5 minutes, what's going on? But then after that, I stood on that call. It was just me and my professor for an hour, just talking about all this stuff about Black people and everything. I will say he's a really nice guy. I could talk to that man for hours because it's interesting. I don't, you know me, I don't have a Black identity, really. I'm just me, right? But he's like, nah, you Black, so you gotta know the history, you gotta understand the meaning of it all. And I was like, okay.
Mhm.
And I'm enjoying it. But after that, I was like, okay, I just really want to sit down. I want to play Stardew Valley for for like a couple hours, listen to my book, and I haven't talked to anybody. Even me and Cassie right now. Cassie will get off of work. We love spending time with each other, but talking to each other is like a whole different thing. Like now some days we just kind of sit down. We have a joint Stardew Valley, and we listen to a book while we play, and that's it. Like we'll just notify each other if things happening in the game, but we're not like, let's have a long, intelligent conversation about a random topic.
I feel like any relationship, not just romantic ones, that's how it goes. Like you need to find that balance where you need to recognize the fact that you don't need to talk all the time.
Yeah.
Just being in people's presence is enough.
But like what I'm saying is like my social battery is like not like other people's where it's like several days and then they're done. It's like hours.
It just goes up and down
Everyone
throughout
Yeah.
the day.
Like I recharge fast, but I also burn really fast.
But here's the thing, and this is what like social fatigue comes from. I think this is this is my perception. It comes from like a few factors, and I think one of them is the interactions you do have, because you can have. I mean, it happens for me at the bar. I'll have days where I'm just on cloud nine. Last night, there was the most amount of people I've had in.
240.
There's the most amount of people I've had in a while, and I didn't feel any sort of fatigue at all. But there are some days where there's only like 10 people in, and I just feel drained as shit. It's the interaction and stuff.
Just the energy.
It's
Yeah.
the energy, the vibe that comes off of,
Yeah.
and that comes from you, and that comes from the other person. It's a two-way connection of communication, interactions.
Right.
So that's where the fatigue comes from. I don't think it comes from like
The amount.
being present in a situation for X amount of time. It's the interaction itself.
I feel that.
It's not the quantity of time; it's the quality of time.
That's a fact. Because I can sit on, like, I can talk to you and give you guys for hours and be like, oh, I'm fine. Let me go home and continue interacting. Like, maybe go talk to other people or, like, hop on Discord when everybody's playing video games. But, like, I'll go interact with my group for software engineering and I'll be like, oh, okay, this was draining.
I'm ready for a nap after this kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's just wild. Like, and I feel like, though, I was talking to Cass about this just actually at lunch, right? Things have been so different since COVID happened, you know? Like, I feel like the world used to be, like, more open to, like, you know, being friends and meeting people. And that used to be the goal, right? It was like, yeah, you gotta have all these friends. Now we're living in a world where people are just like, nah, I got my group. And I figure it out, that's it. You know, that's
That was fun.
okay. That was all I had to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, going out was such a common thing. It's still, now it's trying to find its way back. But, like, having a conversation with my dad, it's like, where do you really meet people?
Right.
You gotta have hobbies.
Gotta have hobbies.
Or like, I guess people go to bars or I guess in restaurants or something.
That was
Or like concerts. Like if you go to events or if you have hobbies.
Yeah, that's really it, though.
Or I guess if you're in
Right.
school still.
I mean,
School is
but
the
like,
biggest one, but when you're out of school, outside of school, when we all graduate, what's the next thing? It's like people go to bars all the time
Yeah.
to get that social interaction, to meet people, to whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna meet new faces? How are you gonna engage in social activity if you don't have activity?
right. I mean, like,
And COVID starved a lot of people of that, making them realize two things, right? Like, who are the people that are gonna stick through despite the activity? Right? What's my small niche group?
Mhm.
And then, you know, okay, now how can I branch out from that and how can I adjust that to the new way of life going forward?
I mean, like, you go through a lot of events. Like, you got a good group of people, if I'm being honest.
I have a few, yeah. I
Right.
try to keep in touch. Definitely.
Right.
Pretty easy because a lot of them they don't stay online, but they're online often, like on Discord or something. So if I want to hit them up, it's fairly easy. Plus, there's you guys, which is like, you know, pick up where we left off as usual.
Right.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's like how our interaction goes at this point. Like, I don't hit you up not because I don't think and care about you, but it's more of like I'm doing my thing, he's doing his thing. Like,
Right.
we know where we're at.
Yeah.
Same with you. Same with Vanilla. We don't shoot the shit all the fucking time through text anymore. We hardly do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I kind of prefer it that way always because I prefer face-to-face interactions first and foremost.
Very much so.
But at the same time, like, we know where we're at in our lives, and we all know we're at that certain point where we're all trying to grind out, and we're all trying to do our thing, and we're all trying to leave each other to do that. And when we get these times to hang out, we'll spend that time with each other.
Right. Yeah. And that's actually my biggest issue right now too, because I'm used to like this kind of comfortableness with friends and stuff like that. But when now I'm in college and I got like, there's this one girl I met through Black Arts and Humanities. She just got a dorm in, so she's like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, we can do it. She still texts me about assignments and stuff. But like, I don't know, like whenever I think of like, oh, maybe I should hit her up and see how she's doing. I'm like, nah, just place to start. Like I just go like, it's not my thing. But I feel like, and that's where like a lot of my insecurities come from, like with socializing, because it's just like, I'm used to this level of comfort. So I'm an oversharer. You guys know that. Like I when you meet me, if I feel like there's a connection here, I'm just gonna lay it all out on the table.
Well, yeah,
Not a lot of
trying to
people
build a wall of comfort
Right.
in that scenario.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me just put everything. Let me just build this wall real quick. This is who I am. Just want to let you know. But then after that, it becomes weird because now that they know all that about me, I go, oh, but we're actually not cool like that. So I don't know where to go from there.
But also, like, we spent years on our friendship, and you're like, when you're in college, you're just meeting people.
Right.
So it's not an unhealthy way of going about things, though, because once you put yourself out there, now they know who you are as a true you.
Right.
Right. So now you're not fake around that. So in that sense, like whether they want to keep in that engagement of creating a sort of friendship, relationship situation, it's on I can say the ball's in their court at this point.
True.
Right, because you've laid yourself out there. Your whole everything is on your sleeves, so you have nothing else to hide anymore. That's why I think you feel uncomfortable because you're like, I have nothing to hide. I'm out in the open, and now it's up to you whether you want to accept me for how I am out in the open, or you want to push me away, which is fine.
Right.
That's how I've been kind of going about it lately. Just trying to be myself. I'm not trying to build a wall or anything, put on a face just to become friends with people. Because for me, that's just a waste of energy and time. I'm just like, it's not worth it. If we're gonna be homies, then this is me straight up. And then that also, for the most part, encourages other people to open up more. So it's just like, okay, this guy's pretty cool. This guy's pretty cool. He's expressing himself fairly easily.
Well.
Yeah, I can share as
I
well.
feel comfortable because this guy has dropped all guards. There's nothing he's trying to hide from me.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable enough to also express myself in the way that I truly know myself.
Okay.
And again, I agree with that 1,000,000%. That's it's funny because like it's not common anymore.
Yeah.
Like
No.
and that's what makes people like us stand out in that regard because I do the same thing. People are like, why are you you? How are you you? And I'm like, I just am who I am, and I'm not gonna minimize myself or diminish myself in any other way based on you. Like your judgment won't change me.
Right.
And affect me how I am. I'm still gonna act this way.
I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
Yeah. If you have a problem with it, let me know, and I can see if it's something that I can work on to better myself. At the same time, if it's something I like about myself or I don't see as an issue and is not an issue, then we just we can agree to disagree, and I'll go my way, you go yours.
Right. Like nowadays, I mean, again, this comes back to that topic we had a long time ago about like what is a friend. My idea of what a friend is fundamentally flawed. But like,
yours is very superficial. You have a very superficial
idea,
friendship idea.
Yeah.
Or his level of entry is really low for a friend.
Yeah.
But it's not like a lifelong or like a intimate friend.
But that's like
Right.
superficial, right? Just cutting the surface, like that's what.
Yeah.
Right. But like, it's still like it's that combined with the fact that it's just like I love you guys. And you guys are like you know show up to my wedding. You're probably gonna meet my kids, right? But like, it's also me going at the same time going like, but man, oh man, if we had to see each other every day for a week, I'd be fine. It'd be cool, right? But when I finally got home at the end of that week and just got to sit in silence with myself for a moment, it would be the most relaxing thing. I'd be like.
But we used to do that.
We used to do that was again like that was a different me. I'm now this guy. I have like all this anxiety and like stress in life, and I
want to address. I think the way you saw friendships was like any application that came in, you accepted, and that was a friendship.
Yeah.
And the way that I saw it was, I would get through the interview process first before I just determined a friendship, and you had already determined friendship at the acceptance of an application.
Right.
And then you would further that level based on the interview.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Like,
that's a comparative example.
Yeah, because like the idea of an acquaintance, I think I'm better now after we had that one podcast where we talked about it. Because I now understand what's an acquaintance and what's a friend. Because like this girl in Black Arts and Humanities, I know a lot about her and everything, and we're cool. But like I haven't actually met this girl. Like so far, all we've done is like we did a 2-hour phone call where we were supposed to be going over assignment, but I just learned a lot about her life and relationships. But like now I'm learning like it's okay to take my time with it, as opposed to like you said, like they would submit the application, I'd be like, perfect, welcome to my life. How are you doing? Now I'm very much like, here's me, just let you know, here's me. And sometimes, right, the girl, she was very much willing to share her side of things, so she was like, and here's me, and I was like, it's really cool. And so now I'm actually gonna make the effort to try to meet up with her and hang out on campus.
So I think that's the biggest issue too, and maybe COVID has been like a big linchpin on it, is that people like to rush into things now. And that means friendships too, like, and I am definitely a culprit of this as well, but like, you press the gas a little too much and realize that.
You have to go or not?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Like, I think I pressed the gas a little too hard. I think I'm trying to force this thing to go too fast. And I need to recognize that it can take its time. You can let it flow naturally, and it'll be much smoother that way.
Yeah.
And be much more natural. That's the way to go about it.
That's what I'm trying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be like you. Nah, that's a fact. Let's all look like you and me have our strengths and our weaknesses. But I look at your strengths and I go, that's actually pretty useful. I look at my strengths and my strengths are very much like situational. You know what I mean? It's like when you need a Kindle is nice to have. But you can get away with not having a Kindle. But when you need a Steve, if you don't have your Steve, like, remember that, and we'll end it on this note, but you remember it was your birthday last year or 2 years ago, and I was like,
yes,
I was like, Steve, I don't know what to do with my car. And you were like, I'll be right there. And you showed up, and you were
we were changing your oil filter. That's right.
And you were the
couldn't get it off.
homie. You showed up and you were like, if I didn't have you, I would have been like, great, I didn't have my car towed, take it to a mechanic, and they would have shown up, they would have seen my oil filter with all these holes.
Yeah.
They would have been like, what the fuck did you do?
The thing was
Your oil
sealed
filter.
tight.
It was super tight on there, and
Couldn't spin it off.
right.
Oh,
So we literally just like took a screwdriver, we just punctured it and used it as like a.
like what you do with
We just levered it. Yeah.
What's lava do with mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like,
Remember that?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, he called me at like 10 p.m. I don't even know what I was doing.
You were at
I just got done with dinner, I think.
Yeah, you
And he was
just
like,
finished.
yo, what are you up to? And I was like, I just got done with dinner. He's like, I have a problem with my car, and if I can't fix it, I can't drive it. I was like, I'm on the way.
Straight up. And see, that's why it's useful to have a friend like Steve. but like, name one thing where it's like, oh, I know who to call about this. Kendall. No, that's not a thing. You don't call me about it. Like, genuinely, Cassie only needs me because I have the mom sense. I figured it out. Like, when you lost something, you go, hey, can you find this? And I'm like, did you look for it? And they're like, yeah, I look for it. And I go, okay, if I get over there and I find it in 2 seconds, you're going to be in trouble. And she's like, no, I look for it, I swear. And I show up and I'm like,
There it is.
They're like, right here. And they're like, oh, God.
It's in your fucking hoodie pocket. Everyone's
Yeah, like several times, just last night. Babe, you know what this is? It was like, no. And she's like, yeah, let me find it. And I go, okay. And the moment I sat up, she's like, oh, it was in my pocket. I was like, yep. But yeah, that's why you're a good friend. And I just need you to know that. I know you do know that. All right. Well, it's been fun. It's your boy Waffles.
And your boy Maui.
And Charles.
And this is
Couch
Surfing. Peace.